Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. The end of the season, the end of the decade of the 198 races we've had in the 2010s. Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel have won 120 between them. We started out in the Middle East with a Ferrari 1-2 in Bahrain 2010. It's not been Ferrari's best decade since, unfortunately for them. It's been a thoroughly enjoyable season. I hope you've enjoyed it along with us. And for one last time, it's lights out and away we go. Lewis Hamilton gets away well. Max Verstappen slips in behind him. Charles Leclerc ahead of Sebastian Vettel. Alex Albon has the McLaren of Lando Norris for company, but as they all go through the top 10 unscathed, going wheel to wheel, the McLaren of sight with Nico Hülkenberg as well. I think Lance Stroll down at the back went off at the first turn, and the 2 racing points back on the track as well. In towards the hairpin we go now, as all the cars concertina up on the inside is Kevin Magnussen getting ahead of Nico Hülkenberg. Hamilton comes out of the hairpin ahead of Verstappen and the 2 Ferraris as they come through the hairpin.
Yeah, there's contact as well on the outside of turn 1. I believe there's a racing point, but look at Leclerc breezing past the Red Bull.
That wasn't expected there. Charles Leclerc ahead of Max Verstappen, and there looking up is Antonio Giovinazzi. Valtteri Bottas has made up places as well, already up into 16th from the back of the grid. You can see the Mercedes coming through ahead of Danny Kvyat, who's got Romain Grosjean giving him an awful lot to worry about. Verstappen now has been overtaken by Vettel, but he's trying to fight back, keeps ahead of him as Albon locks up ahead of Carlos Sainz, who's ahead of his teammate Lando Norris. And Norris gets past Sainz and gets a tap for his troubles as well as he squeezes past the Spaniard. Sebastian Vettel all over the back of Max Verstappen.
Verstappen really seems extra slow, isn't it? I don't know whether it's the Ferrari's particularly quick, but there's no doubt about it. But Ferrari looking particularly racy.
Valtteri Bottas, he's got 1 racing point down into the first chicane. He's got another racing point, and the next chicane this time around, Bottas overtakes Sergio Perez, and he moves past and up into 8th place now with Ricciardo pitting.
Quite an interesting experiment, isn't it? No DRS, and we're getting some reasonable overtakes in pure slipstream.
It certainly wasn't planned, but I am rather enjoying seeing drivers just having to work that little bit harder, and it's well, it's not hurting Valtteri Bottas' chances too much, although you dare say he would have been past some of these a few laps previously. Into the pits then comes the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc.
And that's hard times going on. Ferrari are expected to see first this evening.
Certainly not. Double stacking. So a 2.6 second stop for Charles Leclerc. Sebastian Vettel front left. It's a bit problematic for him. Oh, and he was stationary for way too long, almost 3 times as long stationary, because they just couldn't get the front left on, and that is the problem. When you double stack, you are expecting a lot from your pit crew. Alex Albon coming in from 3rd place for Red Bull. Hamilton leads, Verstappen 2nd. Leclerc now retakes 3rd place. Hard tyres going on Alex Albon's Red Bull, and out he goes with a 2.8 second stop. Just looking to see who's coming down the pit lane. Hülkenberg hasn't stopped. Bottas, who hasn't stopped. Sebastian Vettel, the car behind them, as underneath the racetrack goes Alex Albon. You can see him just coming up down by the time, he comes out and over the crest. Sebastian Vettel is ahead of Alex Albon.
He was before the pit stop, but I wonder with that horrible pit stop of Vettel's whether Albon, who was 2.4 behind him, I don't really understand why that didn't give Albon track position, but Vettel obviously did a very good outlap.
The McLaren and the Renault are getting very close to each other, and that's Carlos Sainz.
And he had to give that place back because he went off the road. Getting feisty, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Sebastian Vettel has a lunge on Valtteri Bottas down the inside, and Bottas has him covered. Saw him coming and made sure that he just kept that silver arrow ahead. But now Sebastian Vettel is right behind Valtteri Bottas. He pulls out from behind the rear wing. He's trying to go wheel to wheel, but he hasn't got DRS to help him. And Valtteri Bottas, even with that straight line speed advantage that Ferrari seem to have, manages to hang on to 5th place. It's just have a look here. Antonio Giovinazzi getting past Robert Kubica. Did they touch? Oh, they did. The bit came off Giovinazzi's car as well. Can get a better look on board here. Antonio Giovinazzi, of course, who's led a Grand Prix during 2019 in Singapore. Bang.
So the Kubica wasn't upside down there.
Yeah. Right, in comes Max Verstappen. Oh no, Robert Kubica's in the pit lane at the same time, but luckily for Verstappen on this occasion, Kubica's a lot further down the track and they won't be coming out at the same time to hit him, but through goes Charles Leclerc, as you can see. This should be their only stop of the night. Ted Kravitz, it's all yours.
And it doesn't even need to be sub 2 seconds, but that would be nice. They're one of the best crews in the pit lane, so 4 tyres off, 4 tyres on, and it's a little bit tardy, you'd have to say, but we'll get the time when it comes up.
3.2 seconds stationary.
Yep, so a little bit steady, but as he passes me, that's fine. He'll have fresh tyres towards the end of the race, so he'll have anything as a response to Max Verstappen. Only 1 lap younger than Max Verstappen, but he's already got the pace on the Red Bull and the Ferraris. The Ferraris dropping way back, aren't they, as the race goes on.
So, one more time then, the pit crew get to work. Oh, that was neat. That was neat indeed. And if they wanted to perform wonders in front of the boss, well, they very much saved the best till last there. As Bottas comes out of the pit lane at 22.1 seconds for his total pit time lost. I'd love to know what the stationary time was there. George Russell ahead of Charles Leclerc. Russell has been lapped. Leclerc gets DRS, but so does Verstappen. The DRS there for Leclerc as he tries to lap Russell, who keeps out of the way. Verstappen dives down the inside on Charles Leclerc. Leclerc saw him coming. Verstappen broke that fraction later, and he manages to get past the Ferrari. Now, can Charles Leclerc battle back? No. Verstappen is already quite a long way clear. DRS is enabled for the Ferrari. He's going to give it a go, Charles Leclerc, and goes wheel to wheel with Verstappen and comes off worse. As a result, they might have touched going into that chicane, but Verstappen hangs on to second place. Leclerc gave it everything, but he didn't quite have enough.
Come on, move.
2019 version of Sebastian Vettel's greatest hits. Blue flag, blue flag, blue flag. Here's the answer. He's going to pit right now, and he should be able to pit and come back out ahead of his teammate Sebastian Vettel. Soft tyres going on. There are 16 laps to go between now and the end of the race. They're going to double stack again at Ferrari, aren't they? Because they're still waiting there for Sebastian Vettel. So where's Valtteri Bottas? Because that's the race, isn't it? Bottas and Leclerc. Vettel is definitely pitting again. Medium tyres going on for Sebastian Vettel, having a new set of medium tyres going into this race. Nice shiny new set on the soft tyres, which should give him enough pace to stay away from the Red Bull and the Mercedes. For Sebastian Vettel, meanwhile, not that luxury, and he's going to come out quite a way behind Bottas and Albon, down in 6th place. Both Albon and Bottas move up, courtesy of that extra Ferrari pit stop. And Leclerc ahead, Bottas getting closer to Albon now. And Albon, who came a cropper in a wheel-to-wheel battle with the Mercedes in Brazil. Well, Valtteri Bottas on this occasion manages to get past the Red Bull without any fear of contact whatsoever. And he'll go through onto the next straight. DRS now, he's trying to break the toe, Valtteri Bottas, for Alex Albon. He's fighting back, but Bottas stays ahead. Sebastian Vettel on Alex Albon, down into the chicane. Albon's got the inside line. Sebastian Vettel has to jump on the brakes, otherwise he was right into the side of the Red Bull there. But in doing so, Vettel prepared himself very nicely indeed to get the exit, and with DRS to move alongside Albon down that back straight. He goes round the outside, and Sebastian Vettel moves into 5th place, pushes Albon down into 6th. Meanwhile, Carlos Sainz, trying to get a Nico Hülkenberg, has now got Daniel Ricciardo right behind him as well. Sainz is in all sorts of bother at the moment as he scraps away to try and get 6th place in the Drivers' Championship.
Mercedes!
It's Sainz thinking about it first of all. Gets close, he'll have a great run. Sergio Perez is going to run out of opportunities. He's not going to get close enough, is he? Sergio Perez is not going to do it. I think Lando Norris, if he can pick his braking point, it's going to be okay. Oh, it's gone super defensive. Carlos Sainz is directly behind. Sergio Perez is going to try and get to the apex, and he's going to get past. Sainz is going to get through as well. Perez gets past Norris. Sainz gets past Hulkenberg, and you saw it both live. And here to win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix is Lewis Hamilton.
Winning in Abu Dhabi to cap a championship winning season in 2019.
Sainz has passed Hulkenberg out there as well, for good measure.
And Perez has gone past Lando Norris as well. Sergio Perez getting Lando Norris on the final lap. Can Valtteri Bottas put himself onto the podium? Max Verstappen has come home in second place, some 16.5 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton. Now Valtteri Bottas with just 2 more corners to go from the back of the grid, trying to get past Charles Leclerc. Leclerc will be off to see the stewards once he's reached the checkered flag. Charles Leclerc for the time being third here in Abu Dhabi. Valtteri Bottas finishes 4th. Behind these two will come Sebastian Vettel and Alex Albon, and the midfield scrap that is going on sees Lando Norris beaten on the final lap by Sergio Perez. Danny Kvyat got ahead of Carlos Sainz and into the points. Ricciardo and Hulkenberg finishing out of the points for Renault. And there is Lewis Hamilton celebrating another victory.
Get in there, Lewis. What an amazing drive, champ. Huh? That was just absolute masterclass. Looks like you didn't even break into a sweat with that, mate.
I can assure you I am sweating. But wow, guys, what a race, what a weekend. I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's here, back home. And I got to say, this one's for the fans.
And Nico, just a word. Thanks very much. It's been a great 3 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Slady. I wish I could say the same, mate.
Perfect.
Just pulling your leg, mate. Thank you for everything.
177 races, and for the time being, over and out for Nico Hulkenberg. I wish we'd have seen him on the podium. I really do. He deserved that. Pole position, of course, in Brazil. Driver of the day today as well. There's some consolation for it, but
yeah,
would have loved to have seen that man on the podium.
He was in the World Championship points until the last lap. He ended up 12th.
Carlos Sainz then will take that 6th place in the championship, and down below the fans on the grid, donut time. Don't need those gearboxes, don't need those engines. The drivers can celebrate in the style that we all love. Verstappen and Hamilton doing donuts on the grid, and to be joined down there by Charles Leclerc as well. These 3, Martin Brundle, if anything is going to keep us salivating like Pavlov's dog over the winter period, it'll be the prospect of these 3 scrapping it out next season.
Yeah, the 2 pretenders to the throne. King Lewis still there.
Lewis Hamilton, champion for a 6th time, 11 race wins in 2019, and this one of his more commanding performances. He finishes the season on 413 points, his highest points total.
From the bottom of my heart, I want to say a massive thank you for everything you've done.
Cheers, mate. You know, I'm not one for speeches like you and Will, but I just want to say you're an absolute legend. I can't believe the rookie year you've had, and the fact that I've had the opportunity to share it with you.
Are you crying? I'm crying. I think I'm crying.
Oh, do you know, that's absolutely lovely. It's one of his performance engineer. Last race, and we can't see it on the back of Lando's helmet. He's actually put a picture on there as well. ...2019, and this decade in Formula One is done. Mercedes have dominated here, as they have done many, many times before. Thank you very much indeed. Can't wait for 2020.
So strong.